guys, John Faulkner here with Survival Dispatch, and today I got Angry American with me.
What's up?
And it's a weekly news recap again.
Yeah, post shot show recovery for you, post LA misery visit for me.
So Chris and I were gone last week, but we thought we would do a weekly news roundup for you guys. And you know, it's really one story that's captured all the headlines.
It's about the only thing to talk about right now.
And that's the coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
So for those of you that don't know, this is an outbreak. We're calling it that. Yep. That has happened mostly in mainland China, but it has spread. And we're going to get to some facts here.
Moving quick.
We got our phones on here just to give you guys some more numbers and information. But this, Charlie did a video, if you haven't watched that already, kind of detailing what the coronavirus is, how it works, symptoms, and things like that. Feel free to watch that video. But what we're going to do is kind of give you an update on exactly what it's done in the last week or so, because it is progressing very quickly. So we have quite a few numbers. Nikki's going to put them up on the screen. There'll also be links below if you guys would like to research this some more, look at the numbers, stay updated, and things like that, because there are quite a few sources, thanks to the internet, that allows you to have pretty much up-to-minute, reporting. So the first one, this comes from Johns Hopkins, and Nikki will have the link, like I said, below. So there are, as of today, which is the 30th of January, a total confirmed 8,235 actual cases.
Right.
And 171 total deaths. So that's kind of where it is right now.
Yeah, that's the official numbers.
And you'll see there's a graph on the left-hand side, if you're looking at the screenshot, that it shows like rapid acceleration.
Oh,
it's not a...
Yeah, it's in a near vertical line.
Yes, it is a near vertical line of the tens of thousands of reported cases. So pretty much that 8,235 confirmed cases is pretty much from the 20th of January, so in 10 days.
Yeah,
and
that number, we know for a fact, that number is seriously underreported by the Chinese. They've got their reasons, obviously. They didn't want the world to know that they got so many people that are ill, because some of the numbers I'm seeing online in certain areas are as many as up to 80,000 people could have this, because that 14-day incubation period where you're asymptomatic, you show no symptoms, but the virus is live for 2 weeks before you start showing. So that's what's allowing this thing to spread the way it is.
And that's, and why don't you give a 30-second explanation of exactly what is happening, what people are seeing as far as symptoms and things like that.
Well,
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's just like the flu. It's essentially a flu. Fever, malaise, joint aches, the whole thing. The coronavirus is a lot like the rhinovirus, which is just the common cold. Only this one's a little more aggressive. It replicates much faster. It also mutates really fast, which is they're seeing actual second, third, now fourth generations of this virus very rapidly. And that's way faster than things typically work. So that's the real problem. Most people with a healthy immune system can probably overcome this pretty easy. Anybody with a compromised immune system, essentially it's like a pneumonia-like death. They're drowning in their lungs.
And that also includes young?
Yeah, children, elderly, compromised immune systems. Yep. Yeah.
So and there's a lot of different ways the CDC and China and everything are trying to control this thing. No more. A lot of airlines have stopped in and out flights of China. A lot of ports have closed down.
Well, and China's quarantined. I forget the names of the cities. I can't remember, but it's like 60 million people are quarantined. Like, you're not leaving these cities. Businesses are shut down, and there's reports coming out. People are like, "Hey, we're running out of food. There's nowhere to buy it. What do we do?" And so it's wreaking havoc in China. We're not seeing it in the media here, but through alternative outlets and some people who manage to get Twitter and stuff out of China, it's a real problem. Yeah. So,
and cruise lines have been canceled.
Yeah.
Multiple airlines have closed down. Hong Kong has canceled all rail service in and out, trying to contain it as well. A lot of theme parks and things like that, a lot of places that bring people together in China have closed down just to try to help keep the spread of person-to-person contact pretty much to a minimum.
And it's kind of weird to me that this all started right around their New Year.
Yeah.
Which, pretty much everybody's off work. Nothing's happening in China, but family get-togethers and parties and that sort of thing.
And a lot of times, New Year is when everybody leaves the large cities. and goes back to providences and towns and things like that they've grew up in. So that's another reason that this is starting to spread more than just populated.
All over the country.
Yeah. What is the likelihood of this spreading to multiple countries?
It's already doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so what? I got a text just a few minutes ago from a friend of mine. He's tied in with the CDC, and so that said we now have the first confirmed person-to-person transmission here in the U.S. So now that's confirmed. So I don't know what current numbers are in the U.S. Last night it was only like 5. Obviously now maybe there's more, or they just correlated 2 of those people together. So that's not good. That's a bad thing. Yeah. Like I said, this thing's just mutating really quickly. You know, and we've got some notes here.
Yeah.
A note I did last night, putting some of this in perspective. And it's funny the way people want to argue about some of that. But
go ahead, give some of it.
Well, to put it in perspective, like this has a fatality rate of about 2%. Mm-hmm. So about 2% of the people who get it, so right now, are dying from it. Spanish flu had between 2.5 to 5. Now those are CDC numbers. I know everybody else they're throwing. It was 10 to 15. Okay, well I'm just telling you what the CDC says. Yeah. And so this is approaching mortality rate of the Spanish flu, which was what, 50 million? I think it killed. And I don't know how many it infected. But if this is on that level and it keeps mutating and moving as fast as it is, this one could be a real problem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what are some things that we can do to try to mitigate that, just in case this were to accelerate?
Yeah, well,
in somebody's city here.
Yeah, if it starts really moving, you know, washing your hands a lot, hand sanitizer, you know, obviously keep your hands clean. Try not to touch your face. I mean, we touch our faces hundreds of times a day. It's just everybody does it. So mucous membranes, breathing it. This transmits through air droplets, now person to person. The virus can stay alive on a porous, so it's like this table. It could sit on here for up to 48 hours. On like a stainless steel surface, it don't last nearly that long. And carpet, it can last 7 days.
Okay.
So this stuff has some hang time. It can linger. If it starts to get real bad, you see people wearing little surgical masks.
Yep.
Utter waste of time, folks, if that's what you're doing. Unless you're sick. If you're sick, wear one. That does help because you're breathing out into that mask, and that mask is trapping a lot of the particulates. If it starts building and getting worse, N95 respirator masks are what you would need to get. And I would suggest ordering some now because they're probably not going to last. But if it gets to that point, I'm going to be really upset because that means I got to shave my beard.
Oh.
So this shit needs
to get germ catcher.
Under control.
It's a germ catcher.
So I don't want to shave this off. I don't shave. But so in my stuff, I have actual like 3M respirator masks. Right. Our stuff is above and beyond that, charcoal filters and the whole thing. And if it gets to that point, that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. But I'm really hoping it doesn't. You know, avoid contact in large groups. You know, limit your travel as best you can. If it starts really accelerating. You know,
and if you have kids, young kids, or if you have your grandparents, your parents, anything like that, you know, try to keep them separated as much. And listen, kids, I mean, it's one of those things, having like a 4-year-old, you know, we constantly are washing his hands and stuff just because he's at school.
Yep.
You know, when he comes home, we usually take his clothes off, whatever he wore, so he just drops it and we put him in new clothes and wash his hands. So try to get him as clean as possible so that he doesn't bring it just into our household. It's not even getting him sick, it's me picking him up and holding him and, you know, and having all those germs now on me and my wife. So, you know, things like that can really help. Also, like if Chris said, like an N95 mask, they come in a plastic case.
Yep.
Keep them in that plastic case. It's not like, so they don't get dirty or that will happen, but they'll get crushed. There's like metal nose strap.
Yeah, and they're hard. Most of the good ones are hard. They're a plastic outer. They're hard.
And they'll start to get crushed. So keeping them in that plastic thing will really help. Also, you know, and then is there anything else you want to add?
No. I mean, common sense stuff. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. Stay away from the large crowds. You know, and if you think you're sick, you know, if you start feeling sick, go get checked like immediately because, you know, if you get it, It has but you have to remember, by the time you start feeling sick, it's had a 14-day incubation period. You're probably already, so if you get sick, you need to take everybody to the doc. Everybody needs to go to get tested because everybody is probably infected at that point.
And I think that's the biggest thing is that 14-day period. It's not like I felt symptoms on Monday. It's now Tuesday or Wednesday, and I feel it's been around your house, your environment for a while.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of the update that we wanted to give on what's going on overseas.
Yeah.
It is starting to spread. If this becomes more and more worldwide spread, we'll definitely make sure that we do some more follow-up videos for you. If you want to follow, kind of the numbers and stuff that we were going over, Nikki will leave the links below. If you guys, for any reason, are interested in giving, there's multiple organizations out there that are, helping. I mean, including the Red Cross and stuff with regards to help in mainland China. Another thing that you can do if you're interested, the awesome people over at Olight. This is a Chinese manufactured company.
They are.
They run all their operations here in America, but they definitely have family ties and stuff, back to mainland. They're fantastic people, but they are coming out with the i5T flashlight. It's a cool AA flashlight. It's a simple, easy, it's a great little pocket flashlight. Runs on a single AA battery. 300 lumen max, 15 lumen low, which is really nice for just doing things. Has a reverse pocket clip, so you can put it on your ball cap, things like that. And that's their limited edition blue, so it has these cool blue spirals in it. But all the proceeds that they make from this, they are sending over for medical supply relief in mainland China. So that link will be below also. And it's a very, very affordable light. So if you're looking for something to just throw in your pocket or anything like that, and you want to help
that's the way you can do it.
There you
and
go.
There's one of the links Nikki has here too is the live feed from one of the hospitals they're building. Forgot that. So they're building 2 hospitals up there in Wuhan, I think is the name of the place. And they're doing 24/7 around the clock. And they're like, we'll have these hospitals built in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That opens up some interesting questions, to me. Yeah. Like, it tells me that things are far worse in China than they're letting on. If they have to start building hospitals that rapidly, and they're not just doing 1, they're building at least 2, and my guess is it's probably going to be more than that actually in reality, because we know they're never going to be honest. They're never going to tell the world the truth. But if they're building hospitals and running crews 24/7 and knocking a hospital out in 2 weeks, the need is pretty damn bad.
Yeah.
So that's a big tell to me. But there's a live feed where you can watch them actually building this thing, and they are. We were just looking at it a minute ago. It's night over there, and cranes are swinging, stuff's flying. They're doing.
Yeah, they got lights up there.
Yeah,
they're working out.
Yeah, they're working. It's so that's what makes me so nervous about this. And there's a few articles if you prowl the internet. I'm not gonna put links up for those, but you can find them. That the same lab that SARS was created in, I guess, is near this place, and SARS got out of that lab, and there's some speculation that this could have been some bioweapon project that got away from the Chinese, just like SARS did. And if that's the case, it might explain why this is working the way it is. Yeah. So just if you want it, you can look it up. You can find it. They're on the web. So there you go. So you have your weekly news roundup here with myself and Angry American. Yeah. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit it. If you guys like the news concept idea, make sure you comment below and let us know what you think about that as well. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. And until next time, be safe.